So Linux is the only file system who can support this much of, who can read this much of file system data. Okay, and Windows is nothing. He can read only 3 file system. So that's how this is the one of the most recognized operating system globally. Okay, so when I'm going to create a partition, press N, and here we are asking you primary or extended. So click on this primary, and the first sector I'm going to use plus 10G. So press N again. Just give last sector, that is enough. Press N plus 10G. Okay. So press P, and you can see 3 volumes are created. Okay, so to write changes in kernel, press W, it will change. So now fdisk /dev, and okay, so before we go that, lsblk, okay, and see how many partitions are there. And if you want to lsblk-f, it will show you this is a mounted one. Nothing is mounted here. Okay, so we see xvdf 1, 2, and 3. So this is how we do partitions, and let me mount it. Okay, so before mount, what we have to do, format. I'm asking question, can you able to use any storage without format? Without format. See, as in Windows, you have created a volume of 100 GB, for example. What is asking you? And while formatting, what you are selecting? File system. Without file system, you cannot use the space. Same as this in Linux also, you have to do the same. But Linux does not support NTFS and all. It supports ext2, ext3, and ext4. So first go to mkfs-d ext4 dev, and what is the name of the volumes I created? xvdf1, and now xvdf2, and next one is xvdf3. So done, I have formatted. So let me mount some content. Test mount /dev xvdf1 wait test. See, it's mounted. Just type lsblk-f, and as you can see, it's already got mounted. Correct? Why is mounted? Because it's formatted. So this is how we work with Linux, and this is how we create a partitions, and we format it and use it. Okay. So that's how in AWS we are doing. So see how much partitions you have created, nothing will show here. It show total size. But inside your machine, it will show you, you know how much to create, how much to use it. So that is how we create a partitions. And I hope you understood how to attach, detach, and other things. Okay, next one is this one, like managing instance store volumes and EBS volumes in AWS. Okay, so how to find instance store volumes and EBS volumes, the difference. So when you go here, okay, so where there is a concept called metadata we have in Linux. So see lsblk, when you type -f, okay, so yeah, so this is ephemeral or this is EBS, so it's unrecognized here. And if you want to show you that, go to AWS console. AWS, we have an instance concept of instance metadata. There you find it. Yeah, there's a concept of curl and latest metadata. Copy that and go there and paste it and press enter. You can see here the block device mappings. So copy these block device mappings and paste it there. So enter, and this is showing you this is a block device mappings is AMI, and let me find it AMI. Okay, so now this is DEV, XV, DA. So this is the block device mappings we have. And you know what is instance metadata? So he will show you complete AWS based details, AWS details inside your instance itself. Suppose you want to check your public IP, so you want to have public IP v4 and showing you the public IP of this one. I want to check your this instance belongs to which security group. So when you type security groups, I show you this will belongs to which security group. So like this, it will show you complete details of AWS information inside your instance itself, rather than going to your instance and looking your description tab, and you collect all the information from here. So this whole information you will get it inside your machine itself. So we call as a instance metadata. So metadata means what? Information. Okay, information about the specific thing. So you will get all those info. So inside instance metadata, so now telling as a EBS. So when we launch another instance like here, so let me launch it. Is this? So when you come down, when you see this one, SSD storages, this is all EBS, instant store EBS volumes, and this SSD. So when you want to launch any one of this machine, so let me launch it. This is not supported in this region. Let's CFID and click next. And there we have ephemeral and add storages. So this instance. Digital store and attach with existing security groups, which I have review and launch it. So I have this key pair in my local machine. So now this is instance store, and this one is okay. So let me launch this one. Issue to dash user and the private key EFS mounting. So LSBLK, and now this is the ephemeral storage instance store. They're showing you on that format. Okay. So LSBLK -F. You can see how it's showing you. So nothing is mounted there. Let me mount something. So make directory called test. So mount slash dev is the name? Okay. So let me put it here. Correct. So now let me check the metadata for this first. Right. So now it's showing you XPDA. But here the any name you are getting like XPDA. No. So this is instant. This is called ephemeral instant store. So any data you keep here in this one, it will be lost. Which one? Instant store. That's why I'm trying to show you that one. So let's be here. And if you type only LSBLK, you can see the size of this one is 46.6 GB. Okay, so that is ephemeral storage, and the name is very much different. I think this is so that is telling. Maybe I need to. So, mm, this volume is the ephemeral and 46.6 GB. So, but when you go to here, that is instant store, go to volumes, there we have only 8 GB, correct? So, where is 46 GB? It is not there. That 46 GB is we call ephemeral storage. So, whenever you are stopping your instance here, like instant store, you will be getting this notification that ephemeral, any data on ephemeral storage of instance will be lost. So, where it is lost? On that partition. Okay, so the partition which I have already done this here, there it is lost the content. So I think I need to check this one. So I need to, what I'm going to do now here, I'm going to mount some content, and after you restart the machine, the content will be lost. Where? In your ephemeral. But the same thing if you do for EBS volume, the content will not be lost. See the EBS volume, how it is look like. Okay, that's why coming to say, I'm going to type LSDLK -F. So this is EBS volumes. Okay, and the content will not lost after you restart your machine. When come to when come ephemeral storage, -F. This will, when you put the content here, when you mount it, after restart, it will be lost. So that is the thing we have difference between ephemeral and your EBS volume. So this means EBS volume is used to store the content until you delete, but ephemeral, after you restart, it will be lost. So that is the thing that in interview they will be asking orally about what's the difference between this and this. So when it comes to instance store volume, it looks something like this. Instance store volumes. So yeah, they are just giving you all those steps. So this is your instance store volumes. See, this also a temporary block level storage. This look like physically attached, and it's a temporary storage that changes frequently, such as just buffer or scratch data or anything. And say an instance store means contains one or more instance volumes exposed as a what device, block device, but the size of instance store as well as the number of device available instances. See, it looks something like this in this picture. This is machine 1, machine 2, ephemeral 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And this is instance store. So down to have your instance, there is a what storage? Ephemeral. And here we have one more instance C. So you can see we have 0 to 23 volumes are available as a ephemeral, and these types that support one volume, store volumes, have the series like ephemeral 0, ephemeral 1, 2, 3 like this, and instance type that support two instance store volumes, ephemeral 0 and 1 like that it will go. And welcome to lifetime of instance. See, basically when this instance store volumes data is not going to be persist. Okay, in case underline this fails, instance stops or terminates. So as I already told you, if you store some data on instance store volumes and you stop your instance, that's how the data will be lost. So that's why they never depend on instance store volumes, rather than they go for more durable storage like S3 or EBS or EFS, those types of storages. So this means if you store data on any one of these volume, any one of these storages, S3, EBS or EFS, when you stop your instance or terminate, the storage is still there. And therefore, your data cannot be accessed through instance store of another instance. So this means every block of storage, instance store is going to be reset. Once reset, the instance store will be lost. But data stored on EFS or EBS S3 will be remaining without problems. So that is why we have, and these types of instance types, they have support instance store volumes. And you can see this is how they have this one instance type supported. So that's why they have given the complete details and instance store volumes. I can see all instance store volumes. The size have 1 to 300 like that, and these volumes are supported by instance store. So type is HDD or SSD or CNM. That's why our machine this shows you what. So this one is the one which is that one. Okay. So NVMe. So that is the SSD storage. So like this, it will have temporary storages, and so maybe this is how instance store. And basically in AWS exams you have to know orally about what is this and how to use and what purpose we are using and what is the general behavior. Okay, so that's the thing here. The difference is EBS volumes of persistence. This is not persistence. This is from S3 storage. So next one is how to change your instance types. Now, what is this? How to change your instance type? Abnormally, if I talk, when you have a servers and your server is running out of storages or out of RAM, out of processor support, what you do? Obviously you need to increase the performance of the machine, correct? So now what is the size of this RAM is 1 GB for this machine, and what is the size of his how much process support? Only one. That is called T2 dot micro. So when I go to my device manager, and here we have the processor, how much process support? Only one. That is called T2 dot, M4. This is T2 dot micro instance type. It supports 1 GB RAM and one processor. And obviously you want to change your instance type. How you change? That's what I'm going to show you here. This type means you're going to change the RAM size. Yes, I'm going to change the hardware type. Okay, so let me see how to change. Very easy to change, but this thing costs more. So I'm going to stop this first. So how to change it? So first, based on your requirement, you have to select it. Again, I need to stop the instance. Okay. So stop the instance. Okay. So now I have stopped the instance. Click on action, and then we have change instance type. Okay. Okay, so we have option called change instance type. Okay, and then okay. So here they find you find changing instance type just like changing your CPU type, and here they provide a lot of CPU types based on the regions, and you can select it any one of this. And before you select any one of the instance type, please verify the hardware performance and the per hour cost associated with instance type. If you select a wrong instance type, and you're going to suffer the expense. So examine it by going to this site, which AWS EC2 comparison. Go to AWS EC2 comparisons, and they have a big comparison table they have released where you can find all your instance types available for that particular region. So I'm in US West region. So this is the region, and this is the region, and you can see the what are the instance types, how much RAM, how much processor, storage, and network performance they supported. Based on the selected. So in my example, just for example, I'm just because if you're going to decide to put a workloads, since this is a normal machine means okay, T2 dot micro, which is eligible for free tier user, 750 hours of free usage is there. But the hardware capacity is very poor, 1 GB RAM and one processor. And if you want to decide to run a big data, Hadoop or SAP applications or database, this is very much which is not at all enough. So what you're going to do, you're going to change it. Instead of launching new instance, you can have your instance type. Okay. So, but it should have some downtime because I have to stop the instance and then we had to change. You cannot, by running itself, we cannot change your instance type. So I'm going to select any one of this. So let me select one. Okay, because some instance types are not allowed to run not allowed to run machine. You need to contact AWS for that. Some instance types are allowed. So let me select which one, C3 8X large. Okay, so let me check what is actually hardware performance for C3 8X large. What is that? C3 8X large. Hmm, 60 GB of RAM and 32 server processor storage also very good. So the cost
I
is
think other than A2 processor, we have to pay for rest of the processors that we are using, right?
definitely you need to pay for other processors because they have given you the list of the per hour cost, and
Okay.
you have to verify the cost and then you need to select it. And all these instance types have different capabilities. They have released different performance, different way of different level of accessing the applications, and your application needs which one, which instance type, just verify it and select it. So here I'm going to select C3.8x large. So now that will be the instance type is still not changed, and now it's changed. Okay. Now try to switch on the server, which you have changed, and now the per hour cost is come. Okay, so what are the cost is associated with this C38X large we have in this table, and that cost is now I got it. Even though if I stop right now, the per hour payment is done. They will be adding to the billing dashboard. And when we launch any instance, yes, it gives a lot of options again on Linux or Windows. Okay. That doesn't have anything related to instance type. Has to. You are talking about this console? So when we are launching a new yes, instance. Yes. Now we are changing an instance type. Okay. Here, it is not related to anything with respect to this P3, P4 or no, no, no. You have to decide which instance type you need. That is your wish. Anyhow, based on that is image. Yeah. So this is running machine. Again, for that image, there may be. So here you got that file, EFS mounting, and decrypt it and copy and paste it. So now you can see. So now it will be fast. So compared to old one, see it's fast. And click on this now. See this performance. Okay, so now I got to see 60 GB RAM and the device manager, and I can see now. Okay, 32 processor. What they written? 32 processor. So we got 32 processor. 2, 3, 4. I hope it should be there. You can see the performance. Okay, so this is how you change your hardware type within a minute. But if you are in private data center, it will take week or maybe 6 or 7 days. Okay, so this is how, and you got many big instance type like 3 TB RAM, 4 TB RAM, like that also. Okay, and processor 128 processor also there for the particular machine, and the performance of machine is very fast. So that is very nice. And once you load application and you want to run Active Directory or you want to run DNS server, and the performance of the machine will be very fast and efficient. So you can have any roles on your Windows 2012 server. Okay. So this is how we change instance type. And if you don't want this, cloud is scalable. So you can able to scale up and scale down anytime. If you don't want, stop it and go back to lower one. This is not like a volume. Once you go high instance type, you cannot come back. It is not like that. Because in volume they have what, if you increase the size, you cannot decrease it. But here it's not like that. Anytime you can increase, or if you don't want this types of instance, you can decrease it. And now you can see I'm going to decrease it, change instance type, and go back to my normal one, t2.micro, and you can see now it should have a t2.micro, and it's done. And I'm going to stop this. Okay, this is how We change instance type. So I have already explained you this instance metadata, but you have not seen instance meta on Windows. What I told instance metadata. See, you are always facing problems when you want to check your public IP, private IP, security groups, instance ID. Every time you have to come here and you have to refer, correct? But in case of AWS, they're given instance metadata, as I told. Just copy this link. This is a private link which is reserved IP for instance metadata, and instance metadata will pull up all your local information of the machine details inside your machine itself. Like what is your MAC address, what is your public IP, private IP, instance ID, security groups, which block device you have, AMID, everything used to show you here on your machine itself. In case of Windows, so how to put it there, decrypt it, and down remove it. Previously I want to show because now I have low hardware performance, but no problem. So now starting up. So for Windows, for instance metadata, nothing you have to do. You have to just copy this link, same without curl. Okay, copy and go to Windows and go to your Internet Explorer. So before you go to Internet Explorer, just turn off IE, enhance the security configuration. Otherwise, he will be asking you a lot of. He will be blocking all the site by default. So I'm going to switch off and click on this and go to Internet Explorer. You can see showing you the metadata there. Suppose you want to check instance type and see what is instance type tutor micro, and you want to check about public IP. So just type public IP before and you can see the public IP. So like this, he'll show you all the local information with that link, and that is the default one for Linux as well as for Windows. Okay, that's why instance metadata. Let's see how to configure MFA for your AWS account. MFA is a multi-factor authentication, which is added security for your AWS account, and that will give you that will protect your account from being hacked by someone, and someone misusing your account means you can just have more tight security, extra layer of security for your AWS account. Okay, so we call as a MFA. And what is MFA? Let me see a small video about. So this is multi-factor authentication, and very nice feature. We have different types of MFAs: virtual MFA, universal second factor MFA, hardware key fob MFA, display card, and other MFA types. And for this, you need to purchase $40. You need to pay $12 like that, and you need to purchase a device. Okay, so in order to work with the MFA, and let's see, I'm going to show you because these devices you have to purchase it. Okay, so and this is so, but you itself does not know what is your password. And MFA you can set for three types of users. One is for root user. He is a root user who is the owner of this account. Next is identity access management user, and one is directory service. We call as a federated users. Okay, for federated users, IAM users, and root accounts, you can assign MFA, and that will be very good security for your AWS account. So let's see.
Okay, this MFA is this is to protect our servers or the account.
No, this will protect your account, but not service.
Okay.
To protect your service, we have IAM. To protect your account, you have MFA, multi-factor authentication.
At the time once we apply MFA, they won't ask for passwords.
No. You have to purchase a device first from the shopping cart, and then you have to connect your device with your machine. Then you have to detect. They will detect your device model number and all. Then they will generate a password. But I'm not going to show you these things. I will show this one, which is free, virtual MFA. Okay, this one is you have to purchase it. So you have to purchase. Go there, see how the device look like. It looks something. You can see it looks something like this, like this. Yeah, just like we have, and we have this one, and we have a smart card type, and this is like this one. Okay. And you can also configure it over mobile. Mobile, yes. So we have virtual MFA, and that is we have absolutely free. Okay. So that is don't have any cost associated with that, and for that you should have any mobile, Android, iPhone, Windows phone, and we have this one Google Authenticator or any one of this application. Now you just go to your phone and try to download this. Okay. I don't have a camera to show you. Okay, so just download it. Okay, so if you how to activate MFA, there is one small video you can watch it to find your MFA how it is works, and let's see. Hi, I'm Arturian host from Amazon Web Services. Today, I'm going to show you how to set up multi-factor authentication for your AWS Identity Access Management user, also known as your IAM user. Setting up MFA as an IAM security best practice helps you to secure access to your AWS resources. When you enable MFA, AWS asks for a one-time password from an approved authentication device, such as a hardware or virtual token, to sign in as your IAM user. In this video, I will walk you through setting up a virtual MFA device in the IAM console. A virtual MFA device uses a mobile app on your smartphone to generate a 6-digit one-time passcode that you must enter when signing in as your IAM user. Before we begin, note that your AWS account administrator must provide you with permissions to enable MFA for your IAM user. If they have not done so already, they can refer to the IAM documentation to work out. Let's get started. To set up MFA for your IAM user, you will begin by signing into the AWS Management Console with their username and password. Go to the IAM console by choosing IAM on the AWS Management Console page. Next, choose Users in the navigation. Locate and choose your user from the list of IAM users in your AWS account. Now, choose Security Credentials and locate the box named Assigned MFA Device. If you do not have an MFA device associated with your IAM user, you will see a no in this box. Now, choose the pen symbol next to the box. This opens up the Manage MFA Device wizard. The Manage MFA Device wizard helps you set up an authentication device for your user. Choose a virtual MFA device and then choose Next Step. Note, you can use a hardware authentication device such as a Gemalto token if you prefer. To use a virtual MFA device, you must have an AWS MFA compatible mobile app. If you don't already have an AWS MFA compatible mobile app, you can view the available options on our website at the URL below, and then download your preferred app from your mobile app store. Now, choose Next Step. Then, open the virtual MFA app on your smartphone and choose the option to create a new account. To begin the device registration process, scan the QR code on your computer screen with the virtual MFA app on your smartphone. In the authentication code 1 box, type the first one-time passcode that is displayed on your authentication app. Then, wait for the second one-time passcode to appear and type that into the authentication code 2 box. Then activate your virtual MFA device. You must successfully enable your virtual MFA device and register it with your IAM user. Choose Finish. Now, AWS will help protect access to your AWS resources by asking for a one-time passcode when you sign in as your IAM user. Now that you've enabled virtual MFA for your IAM user, let's see how this changes your sign-in experience.
experience. Sign in with your existing AWS Management Console session, and then sign in as the IAM user for the just enabled MFA. On the sign-in page, type the account name for your AWS account. Then type your IAM user's username and password. Now, AWS asks you to enter the one-time password from your virtual MFA app.